Okay, great. Asta, did you want to add anything?
No, I would just really affirm everything that Stacy has said, is working with a professional. And title insurance is key, and some of us don't realize how important that is when we're buying a house. It seems like to be the least of, the items we have to take care of, but it is very, very important.
Right.
Yeah, and we've also seen situations where we've had people who have listed a property, and this is a scary horror story, but we've seen people list a property with a real estate professional who's not very good. They're not very professional, and it actually ended up being a renter of a property trying to sell on behalf of the owners.
Oh my.
And that can, if you're putting in an offer on a property, that preliminary title report will automatically disclose who the rightful owner and seller is of that property. So that title report does show a lot of information up front.
Okay, let's talk about the fact that many buyers are sitting on the fence. We talked about this earlier while we were off air.
Yeah.
Wanting to buy but are waiting with anticipation prices will go down. Why would you suggest buying now rather than waiting? Actually, Stacy, you can answer that, and I'll ask you to respond to that too.
I like that question because we talked about this when we first started the show today about the fact that there is this perception, and I think that the media has really played into this, that it's a scary time to buy. But Santa Clara County is really a special place in comparison to the rest of the country and even the rest of the state. We have an area where we live where we still have job growth that's happening. We still have people who have good credit here and have money in the bank. And so there are lots of available...
And great weather.
We have amazing weather, and we have the ocean and the mountains and everything else that goes along with living in California. But besides that, this is a chance for buyers to get out there and really find the ideal property that suits their needs. And there's a tax write-off. You can write off all of the interest that's paid on a mortgage.
But why buy today as opposed to 6 months from now?
Well, actually, I penciled out an illustration that might help to answer that question. And let's just assume that a renter's paying $1,000 per month for rent, and they want to purchase a home that costs $700,000. So if the renter's concerned about housing prices and they want to wait until maybe May, well, what's happening is that's 4 months from today, right?
Right.
So what happens is, scenario A, the renter purchases the property and they lose $50,000 in value. And so people keep thinking, well, maybe I won't buy because we see home prices coming down. Well, let's just suppose now that property is only worth $650 if they purchased it now. Well, second scenario is the renter purchases a property in May, and what happens is between January and May, the renter's paid 4 months of rent, which is about $4,000. Okay? So now the analysis is if this property has decreased in value $50,000, that equals about a $300 difference monthly in terms of the payment. So if the payment is $300 less per month, but you wasted $4,000, right, to get that reduction in payment,
right,
and you've waited 4 months, it really will take approximately 14 months to make up that difference.
Interesting.
Plus, it's interesting because they're losing the deductions and their taxes and so forth.
And being able to get their family in place and get on with the business of living rather than being a renter. Asta, interest rates are falling, and just briefly, why would a borrower want to borrow now rather than...
It's a great time. It's absolutely a great time to get into a new home, upgrade your home into maybe a larger property. Your family's grown. There's always lots of really good reasons to buy now, and I think all those reasons are out there. Plus, what Stacy touched on, and the fact that rates are great right now.
Great. We're going to break. Actually, I have one more question I'm going to ask Stacy. I'm going to hold that question until we return, and then we're going to talk about we've got the future of the real estate market in 2008 and some projects that are going on in Milpitas.